Okay, we're talking everything super here as we kick off our coverage here at Minds and Money, New York City. Our guest today is Andrew O'Donnell. He is the managing director of Supercharged Stocks. See that segue there? Because we're going to talk super gold, super copper, super green triangle, super vanadium.
Yes, and I'm charged up.
And you're charged up, so I'm going to take advantage of this.
And we're going to talk about some stocks.
All this information from you. You're a keynote speaker here. You're coming with a wealth of information. This is your newsletter, Supercharged Stocks.
It is.
And it's a free newsletter.
It's free.
And you're saying, why am I bringing this up? Because you do not get anything from the companies that you focus on the golden triangle.
Yes.
Right? Which is something we don't see in this industry. So tell us a little bit about what your goal is here.
My goal is to just build enough credibility in myself, in the things I've done in the past, bring it forward, have some winners, and build a base that way. I'm all in when it comes to that area, and I call it the golden corridor because I sneakily want to include everything from the Yukon down. So it's the heart of it is that triangle.
And tell us some of the companies that are there.
So if it's like white gold, just Triumph Gold, I love.
Orin right there across from us over there.
Orin's right there, which is great. Skina, which is great. They came out with a new video. It's really good. Tudor Gold, who I met with Walter Storm, had lunch with last week.
So a lot of good companies there.
Yes.
Do you love all of them?
No.
Or are there, okay, so give me your top three from there.
The top three right now, well, I'm going to be very biased because I just finished an article on Juggernaut, but Juggernaut I led with. That was the first company I covered, and it had a big run up, had a big run back down, but I think this summer it's going to also get a lot of traction. And I think they're sitting in a good position. They have tons of volume. They have a lot of eyes on it. There's a lot of people looking at them. But I always like that. I think they've got something long term. They're part of a syndicate. There's a lot of projects behind it and a lot of smart money behind it.
So it's a buying opportunity for you right now in the gold
Huge.
mining space.
Absolutely, yeah. And especially in that region because and it is a pain in the butt with permitting and regulations, but I look at that as being a really healthy obstacle because it helps whenever I go and talk to someone and they say, like I was mentioning, they make that wrinkly face, like, oh my God, you're mining, oh. And I say, well, if you're an environmentalist, how could you not love mining?
And they look at you like, what are you talking about, right?
Yeah, their head just rotates 180 degrees and they just kind of look at me wild-eyed.
And that's kind of the reason that you're here to dispel that myth of, mining's just this dirty business because your thesis, in a sense, is, well, actually, mining is looking to make the world greener.
It really is. If you want to have any kind of future, the whole basis and foundation of our entire society is based on mining, whether you like it or not. So whether it's your cell phone, your computers, your cameras, everything all has those key ingredients from mining. Never mind that if you want solar panels to work, if you want wind, vanadium grids technology, all of that.
Right. So green tech.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk supercharged green tech.
Supercharged green tech.
What are you liking in this space? How do you invest in it? What metals should we be looking at first and foremost?
I like a lot of, they're tough stories because it's more esoteric. So I like rare earth stories. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that here, but I do like vanadium. I'm a big fan of vanadium. First Vanadium is, right off the bat, is a company I really like. I like Paul Cowley. I speak to him quite often. I will be talking to them about them during my vanadium talk today. I think they're hitting their milestones, and they're.
So why is vanadium so critical? Where's it mostly used?
It's great because it's boring, and then there's the 10% that's super exciting. And I call boring because it's infrastructure, and part of the.
So tell me about the 10%.
The 10%, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the infrastructure is good because that's your base of demand. So it's like $3.7 trillion is needed in global infrastructure. A lot of that all comes from mining, but also a lot of that is in the vanadium where it helps to strengthen steel, titanium, it's in rebar and whatnot. So there's a demand is there. So I call that the boring, easy demand is there. But the fun part is the vanadium redox battery part, which is about 8% of the market, which is can revolutionize battery storage, energy storage. It's clean. It's reusable. It's
the batteries. So how about electric cars?
It was mainly at the beginning used as huge industrial size vanadium batteries, but they actually do have a vanadium battery for a car now as well. So that's really next level type of stuff, but it's really very, So of
all the metals you cover right now, is vanadium your favorite, your focus?
Yes. It really is. It is because I don't think it's too early. Like it's early. It's definitely early, and you are going up against a big juggernaut of lithium, where everyone knows lithium and they go, oh, lithium-ion
Everyone
batteries.
loves
They love it. They understand.
lithium, they understand cobalt.
They get it.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas you start going, well, what about vanadium? It's still a lot more. There's still some work to be done. But I like that because the upside potential on it is enormous, and I would rather get in a little bit early. Also, feeling like you're doing a little bit of good. Like I'm not agnostic when people say like they're totally agnostic about investing. I am not. I like to invest in things that I think can help change the world in a positive way, that are moving things in a good direction. Which is, once again, I love blowing people's minds when they hear that I'm in mining because they think, oh God, it's terrible. It's like, no, this is it.
So vanadium, golden triangle,
Yes.
supercharged stocks.
Yes.
Andrew O'Donnell, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
here
you,
at the
Dan.
Minds of Money conference in New York City. We're just kicking off our coverage. We'll have much more for you on Kitco.com.